Let's keep going. I feel like playing some more Monster Train. And this is probably gonna be my last run though. It's getting kind of late here. Yeah. Random, Covenant 25, let's go. I will go back to the export challenges eventually, but I wanna play some vanilla Covenant 25 and learn. Telos with Rage and Armor. Fell with Scorchers and Seraph the Temperant. We are playing as the Sentient with Wurmkin as our supporting clan. Traditional Wurmkin, so we will have the Reap spells. Restoration, Detonation, Invigorating Solution and Echo Snare as our starting card set. What can we do with that? We could build something like Rejuvenate deck. Yeah, it's 1 AM here, but my usual bedtime is about 3 to 4 AM anyways, so... And I sleep until like 12, like noon, yeah, I sleep until noon, get up, make dinner, and then the afternoon and most of the evening is work for me. Tutoring students, helping them with math, physics, Japanese, computer literacy, as I could call it, like Office and just general computer stuff. Cursed Vines is good, right? We just take it. I probably would go... Would I go Explosive here? Have to get up at 6:40 in the morning. Oof. Yeah, I had my time where I had to do that as well. It wants us to do X again. And we have Sentient, who is a tanky frontliner. Is it a mistake to pick up Heart and Hull here? And then just go for the first egg we see? Build around that. The restores are pretty easy to cast on whatever floor you want them to cast them on. Fractures, not so much. Yeah, let's try. Let's be experimental. Also, I had a night shift with practically no sleep yesterday, so slept some in the morning, so my sleep schedule is all kinds of messed up again. That sounds rough. But it's not the same kind of rough for everyone. I know one of my flatmates also has irregular sleep schedule because they have irregular work times. So, and they do just fine. They can sleep well and they are usually full of energy, so I couldn't do that. I could do that back when I was 20, but not anymore. Isn't cultivating pretty good with X? But I feel like we need the explosive to have the damage. Maybe not. I feel like cultivating could go well. I didn't even look at our map. We only have one Wurmkin banner here. Unitraff, please give me X. Or whatever works. I guess the big benefit of X is that we would have... Okay. That is 15 damage with the Wine Grasp. And the rest of that all. How much damage can we realistically get? Well, we can get quite a bit actually. Doing this. Get as much reap as we can. And then generate a bunch of candy on the top floor. That is actually not enough. You are action heal, so you heal before reap does damage. No, it says after combat. You're not action heal. Right, we saw that when we played the reap on the bottom floor. So this will actually get the kill, and we can take out you. We don't have reap on the next wave. So that might be a bit more of a problem. We do have this though. And we can get reap. Decent amount of it even. Let's get rid of you, play this out. Heal you up. Playing these two is 6 times 6, 36 damage minus the 8 we're already taking, so that's 28 additional damage we can get from that. We can play a restore as well, that's another 6 damage, 34 additional damage, so we will be dealing 107. The restore will also give us not one more combat round, sadly. Unless we also play the Wine Grasp on the Sentient. I think that's the maximum damage we can do, but we take 3. That would be 6, 7, 8 rounds of combat, 8 extra damage. 28 plus 6 is 34, 107. 115. So playing the Weight of Contrition is better. Because otherwise... How did that reduce the... Oh, because of lifesteal. Yeah. That was quite painful, but that's just the price you pay for bringing Cultivate. I want the Restoration Detonation. I wish the Sting was infused. Wildwood Sap, is Wildwood Sap something we're interested in? That helps us with boss fights for sure. Yeah, sure. Proclamation with infused. That helps so much with dealing with units, but it makes... But Extract and X... Well... Yeah, we can combine these. Change of plans. We are now Steel Singer. Are we Steel Singer? It's expensive. But we do have so many healing spells already. And it will just carry us through the early game. We just need a way to deal with backliners now. Maybe we can have a Steel Singer floor and a Sentient Sweep floor. That might work out. We can only afford one large upgrade or two small ones here. A large and a small. Well, that's a multi-strike. Husk Hermit. Actually, what if we use the Wilting Sapwood Essence on Steel Singer, make it 1 cost? That would be good, right? Wouldn't it? Multi-strike goes on the Steel Singer for sure. We could also get the Husk Hermit. That is an option. Certainly is an option. Our healing spells want to go mostly on the Wielding Sapwood, but on the Steel Singer, but sometimes we can spare a Restoration Detonation for Sentient, I think. The setup is what bothers me. We might just pick energy. The just pure stat upgrades don't matter for this unit. Don't matter enough, at least. Extreme Stone on Proclamation. That makes a lot of sense to me. We could also get a Purge Stone, but I feel like I want to save the Shards for later. Retribution. I think we're okay with that. Both units in one hand. I hate it. It's bad. We want to have the Steel Singer on the top so we have maximum time to feed it. Do we remove the spikes or do we remove the Foot Soldier? I think the spikes don't matter enough. And then Sentient is gonna be on the mid floor. Let's apply some Reap to you because why not? Start healing you up. We can get rid of the spikes. And these spikes. Ooh. Lots of regen. We don't have the kill on this Disciple Protector. So we play Proclamation, I suppose. Let's get rid of you and Echo Snail. As usual, we get rid of spikes. Prevent the damage to the Steel Singer. Now we are drawing into the new deck, so playing a Train Steward matters. Still hoping for the unit. That's why I keep this floor open. We are facing 13 damage. We are facing 9 damage a turn against 240 health. We will be fine. We can just throw all the healing onto a Steel Singer. That's probably the best thing we can do anyways. And we move the last knight to the front, right? And maybe we shouldn't. Just so we can take the extra benefit from regening longer. There's one more healing trigger. Yeah, that's worth it. We might lose one regen trigger, but it evens out. Ooh, and we might not lose one regen trigger. Glimmer, Wildwood Sap, Restoration, Detonation with Infuse. Okay. Glimmer and Wildwood Sap. I want to have regen, but I don't think we need that much of it. I'm gonna take another Restoration Detonation. That's the third one. But it's just good with Steel Singer, alright? Echo Snare, Soul Cripple, Echo Infusion. Does Echo Infusion matter? No. I think we will have enough health with the 120 usually. Might not be the case in the late game. I might want to dupe the Steel Singer, but we'll do that very late. Once it's fully grown into a beautiful, beautiful tree. That is not the worst upgrade for the Steel Singer, to be honest. If we take capacity, we can have the Husk Hermit be behind the Steel Singer. So maybe we get this. Well, we get this no matter what. And then I think we reroll. Okay, that is probably the easiest choice. 20 damage is much better than 15. Is it that much better? You know what? 30 damage. 30 damage is much better than 15. Because again, we are hitting breakpoints. We are hitting the breakpoint for light wings, for shade wings, for purifiers, with 30 damage that we wouldn't hit otherwise. We can one-shot kill them. The game likes you this run? Yeah. Really feels that way. No Steel Singer in this hand. We have to set up on this floor because we can't afford to get... We can't afford to get Ember Drained. Because Steel Singer are expensive. Should have double Vine Grasp the Shard enhanced one. Our next cycle matters. Our second cycle matters a lot here. Because we want to draw as many healing spells as we can. Oh! I used up my candy on this floor. Well, I guess that goes on you then. We're 1 damage off of killing you? Well, we will kill you on the top floor, don't worry. And I really think we are going energy after this. We have the extra draw from our champ. Think it's worth keeping the champion alive? Is it at this point? No. It's extra draw. It might actually give us more healing spells than we would have had otherwise. It's 2 more draw. We do have over candy, so we can easily spend some of that here. If I had if I was certain I would win here, I might have healed the sentient there. But I am pretty confident that we win here. Our tree is growing. Spreading spores. I feel like that's not what we want. I feel like none of these are really what we want. It seems weird to skip spreading spores in this scenario, but I feel like they don't really benefit this that much. Here are some essences. And I think I found the one I want to put in my Steel Singer. Let's go to the right. I want the free relic and removals. Sinner's Self. Who are we up against? We are up against Scorchfell. Yes. Very much yes. Value Stone, huh? I guess the existence of Value Stone helps spreading spores a lot. Do we need piercing on this? Maybe on this actually. Yes, I value stone the restore just now. I think we are strong. I think we can take a lot of shards. Fractures suck. Revenge Cultivate 2 and high health or spikes 10. Let's go with Revenge Cultivate. Restores aren't bad in this deck. No, they are not. They are really not. They are great. Non-boss enemy units get multi-strike. Slightly annoying. We have to set up our champ on the bottom floor. But that means we can take out these multi-strike costs pretty handily. Does it increase the damage we are taking? Oh, because it removes the cultivate trigger. Didn't think about that. As long as we can keep the bottom floor alive, I could have the Steel Singer on the middle floor. But that's just an unnecessary risk, I think. Let's get rid of that guy. And play a restore here, because it triggers healing twice. We want to have restore, regen online every turn. Well, now we pay for not playing the Wildwood Sap. This is actually a buff for us because of the cultivate. I wonder if I'll take capacity as my final upgrade. We need to heal you up. You don't matter. This is much better. Your health might actually matter this time around. With the multi-strike on these guys. This guy attacking for 27. Luckily we get the clip conduit out of the way, so we have a bit more time to get you ready. We will draw into the next deck, so I'm gonna play out this Train Steward. The hits from the Clip Conduit again are a buff to us. They're not, because we die to the Porcupine, but that won't change the math here. We do have enough candy on this floor to actually hit you for 200. Tree is growing. Oh yeah, I will take a faulty Lola. I almost never turn that one down. Engraft. Rejuvenate triggers and candy for free. Returned Soul. There's also Total Recall, which is pretty decent card draw basically. Just not from our deck. I'll go for Return Soul instead. It's just such a good utility card. We don't need unit upgrades at all. We get a free relic and we can purchase another one. First Hell Pact. We can't really use that. Temperate Talisman isn't bad. Increases our healing output on all of our cards. Yeah, I can take that. Notice Stone, Gnarled Root, and Serrated Mandibles. Do we take Mandibles? Or do we reroll? What do we want? Any draw or energy helping relic would be nice. Even Hell Spanners? Yes. Even that. Pilestone Housing for another upgrade on the Steel Singer. Sure. Let's put all our eggs into one basket. Sure, it will be fine. Do I keep cost reducing my stuff with value stones? I don't see why not. The essence I'm looking for is... what's the guy called? The one that cost reduces healing spells. Although I might just play that as a unit. Spikes should be fine. There's a Husk Hermit. Pull you to the front. We need to pull that Silent Marksman to the front as well. Armor on you. Well, our Steel Singer has you covered. Get the regen online. These as well. Will you die to reap? 10, 20 damage, 16 damage. Yeah, that works out. So we don't need to pull you to the front. Don't need to re-order these. Well, that's still probably the best move. You're still damaged. And we want to gain some candy here. And take out the backliner. I'm gonna get back a fracture just to consume it. Prevent our Sentient from dying. That would actually be kind of nice. Keep the draw going. Let's prevent our Shattered Shell from dying. And actually, let's keep our Sentient alive as well. Oh yeah, Edgeprior. Edgeprior was the one. Here we really want to get rid of these backliners, although they will die to the Husk Hermit, right? No, actually, they won't. Self-made Harpy would kill the entire floor before that happens. We are facing 56 damage, so we only have 2 rounds of combat. 2 rounds of combat of 320. That is not enough. That is not quite as much as I wanted. That gives us 1 turn of combat here. 3 hits on the frontliner and 5 hits on the back. No, doesn't. But it's still good damage. Apparently it does. Right, because of the cultivate. Cultivate would actually be really good against this enemy. This could have gone very, very badly if we didn't have Proclamation. Now imagine we had like another restore. This is a scary boss. This is definitely a scary boss. That's actually a decent relic here. That is the best card we could have found, I think. Pretty much. Force Contamination as a boss killer would be nice. Where are we heading next? Merchant of Steel and removals? Probably. And then we can go from there. Self-made Harpy can get pretty crazy with shards. That is very true. We don't need another multi-strike. Quick will do great. Root Split Mask, Wing Clippings, Advanced Prototype. It's too late for Prototype, right? We still have the Train Stewards in our deck, but they're not gonna contribute. Wing Clippings gives us potentially more Echo Snares. Potentially another Invigorating Solution, which will be okay. Can help with the Return Soul. Actually makes the Return Soul a lot better, because it also cost reduces the target. Wildwood Sap. Root Split Mask is not very good. Here, specifically. It is very good, but not in this deck, as it is right now. Fractures, Echo Snares, and Train Stewards can all leave the deck. In my opinion, let's go with Fracture and 1 Train Steward for now. I sometimes hear the argument for removing Train Stewards that my first cycle matters the most, but every card is in your first cycle, so if you remove bad base cards, that will also speed up your first cycle of the deck. And it will speed up your second cycle if you... like, you can get rid of Train Stewards afterwards. We switch things up now. Because of the Descent. These guys are dazed. We will have our Sweeper next turn. We get rid of the Alabaster Guardian. Any reason to Vime Grasp anyone? No. Let's get rid of some Spell Shields, even though they are very unlikely to matter at all. I do want a Restoring Retreat. I think what we do is this. Letting the Prioress Cloak kill the backline, the Absolver, and this guy dies too. Reap now. I'm really happy with this solution. It's so nice if these things are free. I was like, we don't need to take that damage, but we're not taking that damage. We have a quick Steel Singer. Actually, the quick was not the best idea. Because, well, With this much damage, it's still okay. But the sweeper is now kind of useless. I can very happily consume the restoring retreat here. And we get a train sword out. Another one. Whoops. I'm like, autopilot. Yes, we. Sure. I'll take an Ember Drain. We have enough Ember anyways, with these things costing 0. Actually, we have to cut down on some cards played here. Not the free one. One that is not yet free. Oh, we actually... but we use it up. Less. No, we don't want early kills. We want growth. But taking 5 to you, that's fine. Fine. Take the extra 10. Fell. And we didn't get rid of enough spell shields to proclaim. Perfect Insanity, Echoes of the Past, Adaptive Mutation. None of these matter. It's now draw. Should it be draw? I think draw is quite okay. Are we going for the dupe next floor? We are. So we don't need to dupe here. We can dupe next floor and we'll be alright. Just get one more region on that for no increased cost. That is why I put the value stone there. But then I was like, yeah, will that matter? Might not. Another value stone here. We got a lot of value. If we take this restoring retreat, do we still have the removals? We still do. If we take this restoring retreat, we remove the sweeper. The intrinsic restoring retreat. And then we remove the sweeper so we can guarantee our 3 setup on turn 1. And it still fractures. The Echo Snares are at least consume spells, so they have a chance to consume. And we just want the 160 health. We just care about a lot of health on that unit. We still need to grow our tree quite a bit. Armor 20, I don't think that makes a huge difference. I think we should be on the middle floor now. That is probably the best for this particular fight. Gets us the most value out of... gets us the most value from healing. Oh, we already had 6 damage on that. I forgot. This wave is fine. Yeah, I will get a restore. Be preserved. How nice. We don't need to extract anything here. It would have been good on this wave. What is the play here? Is it this? And then kill you with a wine grasp? No, you will not quite die to the candy, to the reap. We didn't even get a wine grasp this turn. I guess we have too much draw now. That will do the job. This wave is fine. That's just a bit too much. We only have 4 big hits. And Sentient isn't growing. Because it has so much health. Let's increase the health of the backliner so that Sentient actually starts buffing herself. We want both of you to move to the front. Force contamination again, not in the correct hand. Taking this target out helps a little. Oh, that was the wrong target to heal with that spell, but it's fine. We just move you to the front and then proclaim. One could also have used forced contamination, I guess. I mean, we still can. Reduces the spike damage a bit. Although it does have consume, so it's not just benefits. We could probably descend the tree and win on the bottom floor, but we can get more healing off if we don't do that. Okay. Awake. Focus growth and ensnare. I'll take an ensnare here, because I think it might help with the mini bosses. Should I take another forced contamination? Probably not necessary. Yeah, I don't think we need it. Let's take a look at the relics first. There are none that I care about. Haven't we seen... No, there was another run. We don't need an extreme stone on anyone here. Do we care about Seek Stone? We might care about that. Having Invigorating Solution in our opening hand would be nice. Let's do that. Anything we can pact with? No. What did we have again? Nothing of interest, right? So let's re-roll this shop next. Thorn Fruit? No. Sketches of Salvation. Oh yes, oh yes. That means we need to purge at least one Train Steward. Let's get a second tree. Now we have 2 5 units. Could fuse 2 stewards. Yep. Let's also make an extreme engraft. I don't fear no shards. Let's make a holdover ensnare. Holdover ensnare is just good for the final boss. The last of these, what are they called again? The final remaining divine being or something like that. Let's do the reroll. Then we purge not a Train Steward because these go out on the field on turn 1. The final fracture. And this is our final deck. Let's throw it against Seraph. Seraph comes with stealth. No, damage shield is what they come with. And multi-strike 4. You go there, although... yeah, I think that's fine. Which one do we buff? Resto Dedo goes here. I think we want to keep regen up on both of them. Most of the time. Sure, let's go for the one that hits Seraph. We remove some damage shield as well. That is the damage shield dealt with. You gain regen. You can have this regen that will last for a while. You probably need to grow faster. Sure. We take that damage. Get you both up to regen 4. Send you down as well. And we keep that melee weakness stuff up. Yeah, it's the end game. We don't care as much about growing our trees anymore. Now it's all about killing the bosses. Preserved again. Draw another 10 card hand. Although we don't get a... We don't get the free Vine Grasp that way. Let's descend you again. We will descend you as often as we have to. Contaminate you again. Oh. Seraph ran away to the top floor. We can't reach him. Well, we couldn't reach him on the second floor either with this draw. No flying kill. Maybe we should have picked the second force contamination. There we go. 14 times 5 Seraph? Yeah, that's a lot of damage. 70 damage. And here you thought the 7 times 8 self-made harpy was tough. Sentient with 3 support. Let's get these damage shields gone. You still have 1. That is fine. We might have to keep you alive, but I mean, we want to heal you anyways, right? This one... we just want to make sure you have some regen, so we use the double stacked one, and then the rest goes on you. Because we don't want to incant too much and get this guy above 190. Well, that's not gonna happen anyways. This is more effective here. I don't think we need that holdover and snare. I have a feeling we will be alright against the mini bosses. I want you to die first. Keep the regen up, you still have some. We might just keep you here. Let you deal with the boss. It would look a lot like this. Just for a bit longer. Did we consume the contamination? We did. And yeah. Might not quite work out then. You're okay. Put regen on you. That as well. What do we have? Our candies on the middle floor. Yeah, these guys with their 290 health. They're a bit annoying. Do we descend you? You're gonna waste one hit on the light harnesser, but other than that you will also be hitting the Last Divinity. Fine. Right, they have damage shields. Spell shields actually. Still a little bit short on the kill. But we should have it this turn, right? We indeed do. Nice trees. If you have restores in the deck, you should probably pick Steel Singer when you see it. It seems like a pretty busted unit. Although you won't always get multi-strike 3 on it. But if you can find just, what's it called? An Animus of Will to put the essence in, that's already pretty good. Won't quite get you through Divinity, just 1 tree with 1 Animus and no other multi-strike. 2 trees? Might. And I think cultivating is actually the best champion for them. Makes it easier to pick energy, still have enough draw, and the huge health helps, like, just absorb damage, stay around. Yeah, these things scale pretty well. And it's the good kind of scaling, it's the out of combat scaling. Yeah, just find catches, that helps a lot too. Yeah, that was a very successful run. Did we do anything like crazy here? Not really. We saw the Steel Singer, we picked it up, we built around it. Had a few good early game cards that already helped it quite a bit with the rest of Deados, and of course our base restores. The Proclamation was just a nice safety pick. Like, just such a good card. Just a little bit of spell damage and it can do a lot of work. And yeah, the rest was really just based around the trees. If we didn't find that many multi-strikes, we probably had to branch out a bit more, maybe put the holdover on something like a Proclamation. Would have worked as well. But this is more satisfying and faster, of course.